The 1980s was the golden age of mechanical planting precision. Manufacturers had perfected the art of seed metering, depth control, and row spacing without relying on electronics or computers. These seeders featured bulletproof mechanical systems, simple hydraulics, and components you could repair with a wrench instead of a laptop. What makes these machines special isn't just nostalgia, it's performance. Many 1980s seeders still achieve better germination rates and more uniform stands than some modern equipment. They're reliable, repairable, and remarkably affordable. For farmers who understand that the goal is getting seed in the ground properly, not having the latest technology, these machines make perfect sense. So let's count down 10 seeders from the 1980s that are still planting crops profitably in fields around the world. Number 10. White 5100 Series Planter. Starting our countdown at number 10 is the White 5100 Series Planter, a machine that represented the evolution of Oliver's legendary planting technology under the White banner. Produced in the early to mid-1980s, the 5100 combined proven mechanical systems with modern features to create a planter that's still competitive today. The 5100 series featured White's excellent finger pickup seed metering system, which was incredibly accurate and gentle on seed. This mechanical metering meant no electronics to fail, no batteries to die, and no computer diagnostics needed, just precision-machined components that would deliver accurate seed spacing for decades. The vacuum or finger pickup options gave farmers flexibility for different seed types and conditions. What made the 5100 special was its heavy-duty construction and thoughtful engineering. The toolbar was built from massive structural steel that simply doesn't bend or break. The row units featured cast iron and steel components rather than plastic or lightweight alloys. Every pivot point had proper bushings or bearings, ensuring smooth operation and long life. The 5100's press wheels and depth control systems were particularly well designed. The parallel linkage maintained consistent depth even in variable conditions, and the press wheels provided excellent seed-to-soil contact for uniform germination. These fundamentals of good planting haven't changed, which is why 5100s still perform so well. Today, White 5100 planters remain popular among farmers who value mechanical simplicity and proven reliability. They're particularly favored by organic farmers and those in developing areas where electronic planters would be impractical to maintain. The machines are straightforward to repair, and many parts are still available through aftermarket suppliers and salvage yards. In the used market, clean 5100 planters typically sell for $3,000 depending on configuration, condition, and number of rows. That's incredible value when you consider that a comparable modern planter might cost $50,000 or more. Many farmers running 5100s report they get stands just as good as their neighbors with new equipment at a fraction of the cost. Number 9. International Harvester 800 Series Cyclo Planter. At number 9, we have the International Harvester 800 Series Cyclo Planter, a machine that revolutionized corn and soybean planting with its innovative metering system. The Cyclo design, with its distinctive seed plates and mechanical precision, made these planters legendary for accuracy and reliability. The genius of the Cyclo system was its simplicity and effectiveness. Seed plates with precisely sized holes rotated through the seed hopper, picking up individual seeds and dropping them at exact spacing. The mechanical drive from the ground-driven wheel meant perfect synchronization, no batteries, no sensors, just pure mechanical precision that worked flawlessly season after season. I built the 800 series during their final years before the merger with Case, and the quality showed. These weren't economy planters. They were built for serious commercial farmers who needed equipment that could plant thousands of acres without failures. The frame construction was massive, the row units were bulletproof, and every component was designed for long-term durability. What makes the 800 series special today is its continued accuracy and reliability. Farmers report that with fresh seed plates and properly adjusted units, these 40-year-old planters still deliver better singulation and spacing than some modern equipment. The mechanical metering is so precise that seed companies have actually used 800 series planters for research trials because they trust the accuracy. The 800 series also benefits from excellent parts availability. When Case IH took over International Harvester, they continued supporting these planters, and many components are still manufactured today. Seed plates for virtually any seed size remain available, and the mechanical components can be rebuilt indefinitely with basic machine shop equipment. Today, 800 series planters are highly sought after, particularly among corn and soybean farmers who appreciate proven technology. They're also popular for organic operations and specialty crop production, where precision and reliability matter more than high-tech features. Used values range from $4,000 to $10,000, with well-maintained examples commanding premium prices. Number 8. John Deere 7000 Series Planter. Coming in at number 8 is the iconic John Deere 7000 Series Planter, arguably the most recognizable and trusted planter platform ever created. Introduced in the late 1970s and produced throughout the 1980s, the 7000 set the standard for mechanical planting precision that others tried to match. The 7000 featured John Deere's famous finger pickup metering system, a mechanical marvel that was incredibly accurate and gentle on seed. The system used spring-loaded fingers to pick individual seeds from the seed pool and carry them to the seed tube. This mechanical system was so well designed that it remained in production for decades with only minor refinements. What made the 7000 legendary was its combination of precision, durability, and versatility. These planters could handle everything from corn to soybeans to sorghum to sunflowers with simple seed plate changes. The parallel linkage row units maintained perfect depth control in variable soil conditions. The heavy-duty toolbar construction meant the planter would stay straight and true even in tough planting conditions. John Deere built the 7000 during their golden era of manufacturing quality. The green paint was just the beginning. Underneath was engineering and construction that would last generations. The cast-iron row unit components, heavy steel toolbar, and properly designed pivots and bearings meant these planters could work thousands of acres year after year without major failures. The 7000's modular design also contributed to its longevity. Individual row units could be rebuilt or replaced without affecting the rest of the planter. Farmers could upgrade components over time, adding features like liquid fertilizer or improved closing wheels while keeping the proven base machine. This adaptability has kept 7000s relevant even as farming practices evolved. Today, John Deere 7000 planters remain extremely popular working tools. Walk into any farm equipment auction and you'll likely see multiple 7000s, often generating competitive bidding. The parts availability through John Deere's legendary network means keeping these planters running is straightforward, with everything from seed discs to complete row units readily available. The used market reflects the continued demand, with 7000 planters typically selling for $5,000 depending on rows, condition, and features. Some pristine, low-acre examples command even more. The fact that 40-year-old planters still bring these prices speaks volumes about their continued utility and legendary reliability. Number 7. Massey Ferguson 8200 Series Planter. At number 7, we have the Massey Ferguson 8200 Series Planter, a machine that often gets overlooked but quietly earned a reputation for mechanical precision, durability, and simplicity during the 1980s. Built at a time when Massey Ferguson was still competing head-to-head with John Deere, IH, and White, the 8200 series was designed for farmers who wanted reliable planting without complexity. The 8200 series used a true mechanical plate-style seed metering system, driven directly by ground contact rather than electronics or hydraulics. This system may look basic by modern standards, but it was incredibly effective. Properly matched seed plates delivered consistent spacing and reliable singulation, especially in corn, soybeans, and sorghum. Farmers appreciated the fact that accuracy came from mechanical timing, not sensors or software. One of the biggest strengths of the MF8200 was its row unit design. Massey engineered heavy parallel linkage row units built with thick steel arms, cast components, and proper pivot bushings. This allowed the planter to maintain consistent seed depth even in uneven or compacted soil. Depth control was simple, repeatable, and dependable, a hallmark of good 1980s engineering. The frame and toolbar construction were also impressive. Massey Ferguson built the 8200 series with overbuilt toolbars that resisted flexing under load. Whether planting at higher speeds or working in tough conditions, the planter stayed straight and true. That rigidity translated directly into uniform seed placement across every row. Another standout feature was the closing system. The cast closing wheels and adjustable spring pressure did an excellent job sealing the seed trench, even in variable moisture conditions. Many farmers still running 8200 series planters report strong emergence consistency that rivals newer equipment, proof that good mechanical fundamentals never go out of date. What really made the MF 8200 special was how easy it was to maintain. Everything was accessible. Chains, sprockets, seed plates, and depth adjustments could be serviced quickly with basic hand tools. In an era before dealer laptops and proprietary software, this planter embodied farmer independence. Today, Massey Ferguson 8200 series planters are still working quietly across North America and overseas markets. They're especially popular among smaller and mid-sized operations, organic farmers and growers who value repairability over technology. Parts availability remains solid through aftermarket suppliers, and many components are easily rebuilt or adapted. On the used market, MF 8200 planters typically sell for $3,500, making them one of the best values in vintage planting equipment. Farmers who understand planting fundamentals know that these machines can still deliver excellent stands at a fraction of the cost of modern planters. The Massey Ferguson 8200 series proves that you didn't need vacuum systems or computers in the 1980s to plant crops accurately. You just needed solid engineering, heavy steel, and a design that respected the realities of farm life. Number 6. Kinze 2000 series planter. Landing at number 6 is the Kinze 2000 series planter, a machine that established Kinze as an innovation leader in planting equipment. Introduced in the early 1980s, the 2000 series brought new ideas to planter design while maintaining the mechanical reliability that farmers demanded. Kinze built their reputation on creating planters that were both innovative and bulletproof. The 2000 series featured the company's excellent edge-drop seed metering system, which was incredibly accurate and gentle on seed. The mechanical system used precisely machined seed discs with cells that picked up and released seeds at exact intervals, providing exceptional singulation and spacing. What set the Kinze 2000 apart was its heavy-duty construction and attention to planting fundamentals. The row units featured massive cast components that provided weight and stability for consistent depth control. The parallel linkage was designed with proper geometry to maintain seed depth regardless of toolbar movement. The press wheels were perfectly sized and weighted to provide ideal seed-to-soil contact. Kinze also pioneered several features that became industry standards. Their split row capability allowed farmers to switch between 30-inch rows for corn and 15-inch rows for soybeans without changing planters. The toolbar design with quick hitch capability made switching between different configurations faster and easier. These innovations showed that Kinze wasn't just copying others, they were thinking differently about planter design. The build quality on 2000 series planters has proven exceptional. Many units have planted hundreds of thousands of acres and are still delivering accurate stands. The heavy construction that some criticized as overbuilt in the 1980s is now recognized as brilliant engineering that created multi-generational equipment. Today, Kinze 2000 series planters are highly sought after by farmers who appreciate quality construction and proven performance. The machines benefit from Kinze's continued part support and their reputation for standing behind their products. Many farmers running 2000 series planters report they achieve stands equal to much newer equipment. The used market reflects the Kinze reputation, with 2000 series planters commanding premium prices. Clean examples typically sell for $7,000 to $16,000 depending on rows, features, and condition. Some pristine units with low acres have sold for even more to farmers who want the absolute best mechanical planter available. Number 5. John Deere Max Emerge Series. Coming in at number 5 is the John Deere Max Emerge Series planter, the evolution of the 7000 platform with enhanced features for the modern farming of the 1980s. While maintaining the proven reliability of the 7000, the Max Emerge added capabilities that farmers needed for higher speed planting and improved emergence. The Max Emerge kept the legendary 7000 finger pickup metering system but added improved seed tube design, better closing systems, and enhanced depth control. The row units featured heavier springs and improved parallel linkage geometry, allowing consistent performance at higher planting speeds. These refinements made the Max Emerge the choice for serious commercial farmers who needed to cover large acreage quickly. John Deere engineering focus on the Max Emerge was improving uniformity of emergence, not just seed placement. The enhanced press wheel design, improved closing wheel geometry, and better residue management meant seeds didn't just go in the ground precisely, they emerged uniformly, leading to better stands and higher yields. This attention to the complete planting process set the Max Emerge apart. What makes the Max Emerge number 5 on our list is its combination of proven 7000 reliability with features that remain relevant today. The mechanical systems are bulletproof, the construction is heavy-duty, and the design fundamentals are still valid. Many farmers argue the Max Emerge represents the peak of mechanical planter development before electronics took over. The Max Emerge also benefited from John Deere's modular design philosophy. Farmers could upgrade individual components, adding liquid fertilizer systems, improving closing wheels, or installing better press wheels, while keeping the proven base planter. This upgradability has kept Max Emerge planters competitive even as farming practices evolved. Today, Max Emerge planters are among the most popular used planters on the market. They're particularly favored by mid-sized farms that need proven reliability and good performance without the expense of modern high-tech equipment. The fact that parts are readily available and any John Deere mechanic knows these planters inside and out makes them practical choices. Used values reflect the continued demand, with Max Emerge planters typically selling for $8,000 depending on rows, features, and condition. Well-maintained examples with liquid fertilizer and other upgrades command the higher end of the range. The investment makes sense when you consider these planters can deliver performance comparable to machines costing 10 times as much. Number 4. White 6100 Series Planter. Taking the number 4 spot is the White 6100 Series Planter, a machine that represented the pinnacle of White's planting technology in the 1980s. These planters combined everything White had learned from decades of building Oliver and White equipment into one exceptional package. The 6100 featured White's most advanced finger pickup metering system with precision that rivaled or exceeded any competitor. The mechanical components were machined to incredibly tight tolerances, ensuring accurate seed singulation and spacing that's still impressive by modern standards. The system's gentle handling of seed meant less damage and better germination, critical factors that directly impact yield. What set the 6100 apart was its incredibly robust construction. The toolbar was built from structural steel so heavy that these planters barely flex even in the toughest conditions. The row units featured massive cast components with properly engineered bearings and pivots. Every aspect of the planter was designed for commercial farming operations that would plant thousands of acres annually for decades. The depth control system on the 6100 was particularly sophisticated for a mechanical planter. The parallel linkage geometry was precisely calculated to maintain consistent seed depth regardless of ground conditions or toolbar movement. The gauge wheels were large diameter, reducing compaction and improving soil following. These fundamentals of good planting remain unchanged, which is why 6100 still perform so well. White also paid attention to details that made the 6100 a joy to operate. The seed hoppers were large capacity, reducing refill stops. The drive system was robust and reliable, with heavy chains and sprockets that could handle high-speed operation. The frame design made maintenance accessible, with everything easily reachable for adjustments and repairs. Unfortunately, White's eventual collapse means parts availability isn't as good as John Deere or Case IH equipment. However, the active White collector community and aftermarket suppliers keep these planters running. Many components can also be fabricated or adapted from other brands, and the mechanical simplicity means creative farmers can keep 610-100s working indefinitely. Today, farmers who own 6100 planters guard them carefully. These machines are recognized as exceptional equipment that's still completely competitive with modern planters for most farming applications. The used market reflects this, with clean 6100s selling for $6,000 and pristine dollars and pristine examples commanding premium prices from farmers who understand their quality. Number 3. Kinze 3000 Series Planter. Taking the bronze medal at number 3 is the Kinze 3000 Series Planter. a machine that many farmers and agronomists consider the finest mechanical planter ever built. Introduced in the mid-1980s, the 3000 series represented Kinze's evolution to larger, more sophisticated planters while maintaining their legendary reliability. The 3000 series featured Kinze's refined edge-drop metering system with improved seed disc designs that provided exceptional accuracy across all seed sizes. The mechanical precision was so good that university research trials often used 3000 series planters as standards for evaluating new planter technologies. That's the ultimate endorsement. When scientists need perfect seed placement for research, they choose your planter. What makes the 3000 series number 3 on our list is its combination of capacity, precision, and durability. These planters could handle 12, 16, even 24 rows, allowing serious farmers to cover large acreage quickly. The heavy-duty construction meant they could handle high-speed planting without losing accuracy. The modular design allowed endless customization for specific farming applications. The row unit design on 3000 series planters was revolutionary for its time. The parallel linkage provided exceptional depth control. The closing system was perfectly balanced, and the press wheels were designed for ideal soil contact. Kinze engineers focused on creating uniform emergence, not just accurate seed placement, and the result showed in improved stands and yields. Kinze's commitment to quality showed in every component. The toolbar construction was massively overbuilt, ensuring decades of service without flexing or failure. The seed meters featured precision-machined components with tolerances measured in thousandths of an inch. The drive systems used heavy-duty chains and sprockets that would outlast the tractor pulling them. Today, Kinze 3000 series planters remain highly competitive working machines. Many farmers who bought 3000s new in the 1980s are still using them as primary planters, often alongside much newer equipment. The fact that 40-year-old planters can compete with modern machines costing hundreds of thousands of dollars speaks volumes about the original engineering quality. Parts support for 3000 series planters remains excellent through Kinze's dealer network. The company has continued supporting these planters with parts and technical assistance, recognizing that many customers consider them lifelong investments. This support, combined with the mechanical simplicity, means keeping 3000s running is straightforward. Used values reflect the legendary status, with 3000 series planters commanding premium prices. Clean examples typically sell for $10,000 to $5,000 depending on rows, condition, and features. Pristine low-acre units occasionally bring even more from farmers who want the absolute best mechanical planter available. Number 2. John Deere 7200 Series Planter. Coming in at our number 2 spot is the John Deere 7200 Series planter, a machine so legendary that farmers have literally formed preservation societies dedicated to keeping them running. Introduced in the mid-1980s, the 7200 refined the proven MaxEmerge platform into what many consider the pinnacle of mechanical planter development. The 7200 featured John Deere's most advanced finger pickup metering system, with improvements that increased accuracy and reduced seed damage. The row units incorporated better closing systems, improved press wheels, and enhanced residue management capabilities. These refinements made the 7200 the choice for no-till and minimum-till farmers who needed planters that could handle challenging residue conditions. What puts the 7200 at number 2 is its legendary reliability and continued dominance in used planter markets. Walk into farm equipment auctions across America, and 7200 planters consistently generate the most competitive bidding. Farmers who own them refuse to sell them. Those shopping for used planters specifically seek 7200s because the reputation for reliability and performance is unmatched. The construction quality on 7200 planters exemplified John Deere's peak manufacturing era. The heavy-duty toolbar, robust row units, and properly engineered components meant these planters were built to work for generations. Many 7200s have planted hundreds of thousands of acres, some exceeding 1 million acres, and are still delivering accurate stands with minimal maintenance. John Deere engineering focus on uniformity of emergence really shined with the 720. The combination of precise seed placement, proper depth control, ideal closing wheel pressure, and correct seed-to-soil contact meant seeds didn't just go in the ground, they emerged uniformly, leading to even stands and maximum yield potential. This attention to the complete planting process remains the gold standard. The 7200 also benefited from John Deere's exceptional part support. Virtually every component remains available, from seed discs to complete row units. This parts availability, combined with the fact that every John Deere mechanic knows 7200s inside and out, makes them practical working tools even 40 years after production. Today, 7200 planters are so highly regarded that some farmers have turned down trade-in offers on new equipment just to keep running them. The mechanical reliability, proven performance, and simple maintainability make them more attractive than modern planters costing $300. That's an incredible testament to the original engineering quality. Used values reflect this legendary status. Clean 7200 planters typically sell for $12,000, with pristine examples commanding even more. Some low-acre units in exceptional condition have sold for over $30,000. Remarkable prices for 40-year-old equipment that speaks to their continued utility and unmatched reputation. Number 1. Case IH 900 Series Cyclo Planter. And taking the top spot at number 1 is the Case IH 900 Series Cyclo Planter, the ultimate evolution of the legendary Cyclo metering system. Produced in the late 1980s, the 900 series represents the absolute pinnacle of mechanical planting precision, combined with bulletproof reliability that has kept these planters working for nearly 40 years. The 900 series featured Case IH's most refined version of the Cyclo metering system. The seed plates were machined to incredible precision. The vacuum assist was perfectly calibrated, and the entire metering system was engineered to deliver accuracy that still exceeds many modern electronic planters. University research has shown that well-maintained 900 series planters achieve singulation rates of 98% or better. That's better than many brand-new planters. What makes the 900 series our number 1 choice is its combination of precision, durability, versatility, and continued dominance in actual field performance. These planters can handle any row crop with simple seed plate changes. They maintain accuracy at modern planting speeds. They deliver uniform emergence that translates directly to higher yields. And they do all this with mechanical systems that any farmer can understand, maintain, and repair. The construction quality on 900 series planters is simply extraordinary. The toolbar is built from massive structural steel that will outlast several generations of farmers. The row units feature cast iron and heavy steel components with proper bearings at every pivot point. The seed meters are precision machined assemblies that can be rebuilt indefinitely. Every aspect of the planter was designed for multi-generational service. Case IH engineers focused on creating the perfect planting environment with the 900 series. The depth control is precise and consistent. The closing system provides ideal soil-to-seed contact. The press wheels are perfectly weighted for uniform firming. The residue management keeps trash clear of row units. All these fundamentals combine to create exceptional emergence uniformity. The 900 series also represents the sweet spot in planter technology. Sophisticated enough to deliver modern performance, simple enough to maintain and repair without factory technicians. There are no computers to fail, no complex electronics requiring diagnostic tools, no software updates needed, just precision mechanical systems that work flawlessly season after season. Today, Case IH 900 series planters are among the most sought-after used planters in agriculture. Farmers who own them consider them irreplaceable. Those shopping for used equipment specifically hunt for 900s because they understand that these planters represent the absolute best of mechanical planting technology. The reputation for accuracy and reliability is unmatched. Part support for 900 series planters remains excellent through Case IH's dealer network. Most components are still manufactured, and the active aftermarket market ensures availability of everything else. The mechanical nature means that repairs and rebuilds can be done in any farm shop with basic tools and skills. Many farmers who bought 900 series planters new in the late 1980s are still using them as primary equipment today. That's nearly 40 years of reliable service, planting millions of acres without major failures. Some operations run 900s alongside brand new planters and report that the old Cyclo planters deliver better stands and higher yields than equipment costing hundreds of thousands of dollars more. The used market reflects this legendary status. Clean 900 series planters command premium prices, typically selling for $15,000 depending on rows, condition, and features. Pristine low-acre examples have sold for even more to farmers who want the absolute best planter available regardless of age. The fact that 40-year-old planters bring these prices, often more than they cost new when adjusted for inflation, proves their exceptional value and unmatched reputation. There you have it. 10 seeders from the 1980s that farmers still trust and use profitably today. From the reliable White 5100 to our champion, the legendary Case IH 900 Series Cyclo planter. These machines prove that when you focus on fundamental planting principles and build equipment with quality materials and thoughtful engineering, you create tools that can serve multiple generations. What all these planters share is a design philosophy that prioritized mechanical precision and durability over complexity and features. They were built during an era when manufacturers understood that farmers needed equipment they could depend on for decades. The result was planters that have become treasured tools, some passing from grandfather to father to son, still delivering the accurate stands and uniform emergence that drive profitability. For farmers considering used planting equipment, these 1980s planters represent exceptional value. They consistently deliver performance comparable to modern equipment for a fraction of the cost, without the complexity of electronics, computers, and systems that require factory technicians to diagnose and repair. In an era of rising equipment costs and right-to-repair concerns, owning equipment you can maintain and repair yourself has never been more valuable. The fact that many of these planters are still working after planting hundreds of thousands, sometimes over 1 million acres, speaks volumes about the original engineering quality. They're not just surviving, they're thriving, often outperforming much newer equipment in side-by-side comparisons. If you own one of these legendary planters, you're not just using proven equipment. You're part of agricultural history while getting real work done every spring. And if you're shopping for used planting equipment, any machine on this list would serve your operation well for years or decades to come. What's your experience with 1980s planters? Are you still running one of these legends? Do you have planting equipment that's been in your family for generations? Drop a comment below and share your stories. And if you enjoyed this countdown, smash that like button and subscribe for more content about the farm equipment that built modern agriculture. Until next time, keep planting those perfect stands.